You might be wondering, why is this guy with glasses? It's my birthday, man. So thank God I'm plus one today, and I'm so happy. And thank you all for the support. Thank you for the love. Everything you've shown me on this channel, I really, really appreciate. Thank you so, so much. And I'm happy to be plus one today. So, apart from that, it's another good day for every Chelsea fan. The Alonso era has officially begun. The Alonso era has officially started. Now, Chelsea have signed a new player. Now, who am I talking about? Now, let's quickly go into it because there are a lot of stories to bring and, talk about, this particular one. Despite the fact it's my birthday. Let me be calm. Let me be happy. And let's go into the main topic of today. Now, breaking, according to Fabrizio, it says, Marco Palestra to Chelsea, here we go. Verbal agreement in place between all parties. Atalanta to receive package over 55 million euros, fee plus sell-on clause. Long-term deal to Italian talented right wing back. Chelsea hijack Inter move and go and get new talent for Xabi Alonso. So this is why I said the Xabi Alonso era has started. This came out of nowhere. This came out of the blues. Yes, there were inquiry that was made a few days ago. Chelsea always makes a inquiry, I understand. But this particular one, for a player to be sold for 55 million euros and there's still a sell-on clause, that means there is something about this player that we are not seeing or that we don't know yet. First of all, he's a young talent, right? Who came through, Inter Milan's academy. He made the move to Atalanta academy, and Atalanta see that, oh yes, you're still young, you still need to adapt, and he made that move, to Cagliari on loan, hoping to come back to Atalanta this season. But guess what? A lot of teams were interested in him, from Inter Milan to Chelsea, and I'll get to that. Now, what are the qualities of this player? What does this player actually possess? Why does it cost that much? Why is a lot of teams actually interested in signing this player? He's a right wing back, can also play right back. Now, first is his versatility. Now, for a player of this caliber, players who can play different positions are regarded on the market, are wanted on the market. And Palestra is one of those players. He can play right wing back, he can play right back, he can play, left back, he can play left wing back, he can play in the midfield. He's versatile. So Chelsea needed versatility at up front. One of the reasons Chelsea are going into the market this season is to get players that can play different positions. And Palestra suits that bill. So he's very versatile. That's one of the things that made Chelsea actually go for him. Secondly, Alonso, call. Now, Alonso wanted a player who can play a right wing back, who can play that right wing back position. And you don't have them too much on the market, who is young, fast, and has a very good prospect ahead of him. And Palestra fits that bill. Another one, he can run with the ball. He's mobile, right? He can beat player one for one. He's very good 1v1 attacking and defending. So you need that also if you must play in the Premier League or if you must play for Xabi Alonso. So that is another one. He's strong. It's another one. He's young. It's another one. So he fits the bill at up front. Now, the most important thing is a Xabi Alonso signing, in my own opinion. For the Chelsea to actually go for this player for this amount of money, to me, this is a Xabi Alonso call. And I'll prove that to you later. Now, to me, I think, in as much as I will not be moved with few clips of these players on YouTube and all of that, I think there's a reason why Chelsea went for this signing. A young talent like this, who has not even played senior football apart from one season played at Cagliari, right? Then I think this guy is a super talent. I watch his clips. I am not moved 100% by watching clips of different players, but you see this particular one, I see that kind of Bellerin kind of player inside of him who moves through the wings, fast thinking. This guy can square play. And one thing I love about him is he uses both feet. Now, it's not easy to see a player who uses both feet. One of the best attributes of Desi Dumfries is he can use both feet. And this guy also can use both feet. He can cut with the right and square play with the left. He can cut with the left and have a good pass with the right. He can score goals. So to me, I think he fits the bill for Chelsea. Yes, we've been crying for experience, but this is one signing that I would take. This is one signing that I would approve. This is one signing that has a very good prospect going up front. Now, I just want us to move away from that, always going to Manchester City to sign their prospects, if because of the fact that Kopama Zone has worked. There are players scattered around the world, and this is one player that can actually foot that bill. Alonso right now, to me, is involved in signings. And you have to have faith in Alonso. You have to have faith in him. Now, let's move to the next story. Now, confirmation of that news from Martin Maretto from Italy. Xabi Alonso called Marco Palestra late night and promised him a central role within his project. So this is why I keep saying that this is a Xabi Alonso signing. This is a Xabi Alonso call. Remember when Xabi Alonso went to Bayer Leverkusen? Bayer Leverkusen was 17th on the log. That season, they qualified for the Europa League. I think they finished 5th or so. He made some series of signings that made, Bayer Leverkusen move from an average team in that season, to one of the best teams in European football. And these are the kind of signings he made. So I trust Xabi Alonso for the kind of signings he can make. And I know quite all right that he will do a very good job at Chelsea. He just needs to be supported. That's just what I think. He needs to be supported. Now let's move to the next story, because right now you've seen that Xabi Alonso hand is in this particular signing. Now let's move to the next story. Now, according to Fabrizio, Chelsea value. Okay, let's start with the one below. Malo Gusto situation will be interesting to follow over the next few days and weeks. Chelsea will have James, Palestra, and Gusto and only play one game in a week. Palestra can also cover the left side. Alonso had a very tactical conversation with the player. And see, there's no how you will tell me Alonso is not involved in this particular one. So Alonso is already drawing up his map on how to play, at Chelsea. And these are the kind of players they would want at the end of the day. Now let's move to what Neza Cancela has said. Now Chelsea currently has 3 right backs, traditional right backs. If you add that Chipong, it will be 4. Now let's move to the next one. According to Neza Cancela, Malo Gusto is exploring options to leave Chelsea. So, it is looking like Malo Gusto will leave. It is looking like at the end of the day, Chelsea would not have three right back and play once in a week, because no Champions League football, no European football. One player has to go, and that is Malo Gusto. But what is Chelsea actually valuing Malo Gusto for? Which club is interested in Malo Gusto? Now let's move to the next story. According to Fabrizio, Chelsea value Malo Gusto at 75 million pounds. Multiple clubs are interested in signing the defender. Chelsea are open to listening to bids despite their valuation first call. I am of the opinion that Chelsea should sell Malo Gusto. He has never impressed me in recent times, especially this last season. Malo Gusto has not impressed me. He's injury prone, and he doesn't give me that bite I need in attack. Now, because of the fact that this is a Marcos Alonso call, you could see that Chelsea are keeping down, or keeping players who can play right back and right wing back. Most importantly, it is now looking like Alonso might move to a back 3. James can play right wing back. Palestra can play right wing back. So these are one of the reasons I think Malo Gusto might leave Chelsea. Not because he's a bad player. Don't get me wrong. He might not have impressed me in the previous season, but he cannot play a right wing back position. He's a normal fullback. Right wing back is you make a move, you do what you have to do with the ball up front, attacking talent, attacking instincts at all front. And I don't think Malo Gusto actually possesses that. Now let's move to what Palestra has to give to Chelsea. Now, according to Palestra, I prefer to do some things with my left foot. And like I said, he's right and left footed. I'm like taking men on, but when it comes to shooting, I am more right footed. I try not to think about it too much. That way I can use both. Wow. It gives me this Victor Moses kind of vibe. It makes me remember how important Victor Moses was for Chelsea at the time. So a player you can use both feet, who can take on players and who can shoot, who can score, of course is welcome. Will he be able to play in the Premier League? It depends on how Xabi Alonso makes use of him. And I trust Xabi Alonso to make use of him very, very well. Now, what Fabrizio has to say about this is, okay, before this deal was confirmed, he said, get ready, Palestra, here we go. Now, how much, because it's not just about him coming to Chelsea, how much did Chelsea, actually sign him for? Now, Marco Palestra to Chelsea details. The amount is £49 million plus 2.5 million in add-ons. That is a huge money. Now, 10% resale clause, that's sell-on clause, 10%. 5-year contract on a 4.3 million pounds salary, that's 5 million euros salary. Alonso called to the player made Palestra decide that Atalanta could accept either bid, and they chose Chelsea. So there was an interest from Inter Milan. But because of the Marcos Alonso or because of the Xabi Alonso effect, he chose Chelsea. Now, for this player to be signed for 49.1 million base fee, plus 2.5 million in add-ons, plus the sell-on clause on a 5-year contract. Now, there's something special about this player, according to DiMarzio. There's something really, really special about this player. Now, let's see what happens next. Like I said, Inter Milan was interested. Inter Milan was close to signing him. Inter Milan was very close for him to replace Desiree Dumfries. Because for Inter Milan to go for you as a right back, that means you are one of the best right backs in that particular league. Because they see you every time. They watch you every time. You play against them. So they know you. And Inter Milan was ready to get him over the line. Now, what did the Gazette has to say in Italy? Inter is furious. Inter is mad. Inter is angry. A long conversation with Xabi Alonso proved influential Alonso, who even attempted a few Italian phrases, spoke to him in Italy, told Palestra he had followed him extensively during his time at Cagliari and was captivated by his physicality. Perfectly suited for English football. So that answers the question. His physicality suits English football. Xabi Alonso has been taking a look at him last season, even before becoming the Chelsea coach, and even tried to convince him by speaking some Italian to him. So that actually proved the difference, and he moved to Chelsea. So the difference at the end of the day is Xabi Alonso, and it was confirmed by Fabrizio. Fabrizio said, breaking, Xabi Alonso made the call today behind the scene directly to Palestra. He told Palestra how he can fit in his new Chelsea project. So this guy to me would be a first team starter. Because I'm now seeing Reece James either as the right center back or as the first starter, and Palestra also playing this season as well. So to me, I think this is going to be a very good deal. What did Ben Jacobs say? Chelsea value Malo Gusto at £45 million. And Chelsea are not discounting selling him after the arrival of Palestra. Manchester City interested. So, Manchester City are interested in signing Malo Gusto. Now, you could ask why. Enzo Maresca. Enzo Maresca, who coached at Chelsea, likes to play Malo Gusto, understands how Malo Gusto play, and see him as a worthy replacement, as a right back at Manchester City. Remember, at Man City, in this finished season, Pep Guardiola made use of Nunez as a right back, and Nunez is a midfielder. So this is the era of Maresca, and he wants to play a proper right back, and that is why he is having an interest in signing Malo Gusto. Now, for whatever reason, even if it's 45 million, Chelsea should do everything possible to cash in on him. Everything possible to cash in on him. 45 million to me is an ideal price to get Malo Gusto over the line. That's about 50 million euros. Unless Chelsea wants to actually drag it deep into the transfer window, then they can get a higher fee, for him. But let me know what you think about him. Do you, like this particular signing for Chelsea, Marco Palestra? Do you like this particular sign? Do you want him, to come to Chelsea? Oh, what do you think rather about him, coming to Chelsea? That should be the word I should use. Now, what did, Marco Palestra say was his favorite position? If I had to choose, I would say right back. But in 5, I'm on the left. But I'm fine on the left. I started playing in midfield until the under-17s. Then they had a shortage of left back due to injuries, so the coach put me there. I was very angry at first. I don't like it. But after 3 games, I was moved to right back. And there I realized this could be my position. If I had continued as a midfielder, maybe I wouldn't be where I am now. I wasn't exactly somebody who stood out. So sometimes your particular role might not be that particular role that you might actually want to play. And this is what he has said, that he was moved to right back during his academy days, and now everything just moved up from there. Now, that is it about, Marco Palestra and Chelsea. Let me know what you think about him, and also share your thoughts in the comment section. Now, Chelsea needs a replacement for Marco Cucurella. Now, who is this replacement? Now, remember, every signing Chelsea would make is a Marcos Alonso or Xabi Alonso approval. Now, this is one of them. Now, according to Anel Advik, Chelsea have internally discussed Leeds fullback Gudmundsson as an option to replace Cucurella. Now, Chelsea would want to replace Cucurella, obviously. And now Gudmundsson, at Leeds United, is looking like the replacement for him. This came out of nowhere. Is he a good player? Yes. Premier League proven, obviously. As a left wing back, I think he fits that bill. If he's a Xabi Alonso call, yes. He has the attacking talent, attacking instinct. But I am not particularly certain about him. If you are certain, let me know. For Gudmundsson, I'm not really certain about him yet. But let me know what you think about that. Until that particular news get concrete, then I'll speak more about it. Now, what happened to one of Chelsea loanees right now on the market? Now, according to Patty Boland, he said Everton are not expected to trigger Tyreek George 25 million purchase option, but retain interest in the player and could still attempt to renegotiate with Chelsea. So, for Tyreek George, Everton is impressed, but they want to go with the Barcelona style of Rashford. They want to break down the price, reduce the price. If Chelsea do not agree to maybe 15-20 million, then they move to other targets. I think Tyreek George should still go on loan to Fulham and probably other clubs, Ipswich or some other club, Coventry and the rest. I think he should have more game time. I think the game time at Everton was not enough. I think the game time at Everton did not really show the importance of this player, did not really show how good this player is. I think this is a fantastic talent, and we've seen it over and over again. But let me know what you think concerning this guy. And do you think Chelsea should bring him back and send him on another loan, or sell him, permanently, or still renegotiate with Everton? Let me know what you think about that and share your thoughts in the comment section. As you all know, today is my birthday, and I'm so happy to turn another year today. Share your thoughts in the comment concerning Chelsea, the signings that was made, the players that are, that might potentially leave the club. Let me know what you think about all of this, and share your thoughts in the comment. If you're new to this channel, please hit the like button. Please support me today on my special day. Share your thoughts in the comments. So I come your way again next time. I remain your boy Mike Way. Stay cool. Cheers.